Today is the 14th Sunday in Ordinary Time. Our Gospel is from Mark chapter 6, verse 1 to 6. In today's Gospel, Jesus had gone to his hometown of Nazareth and had attended the Sabbath service in the local synagogue. He was invited to read the day's reading and give an explanation on the same. Mark does not record what the reading was or what was the exchange between Jesus and the congregation that we see in St. Luke's Gospel, where Jesus declared that the prophetic text from Isaiah chapter 61 was fulfilled in him. St. Mark, however, does record what was the reaction of the congregation. Initially, they were astonished when they heard him. They said, "Where did the man get all this? What is this wisdom that has been granted him and these miracles that are worked through him?" However, that soon changed, and they said, "This is the carpenter, surely the son of Mary, the brother of James and Joseph and Jude and Simon. His sisters too, are they not here with us?" And they would not accept him. The word here used for not accept him or took offense at him in Greek is scandalon, from where we get the English word scandalize. Scandalon literally in Greek means a stumbling stone or a stumbling block, something you would trip over. The people recognize the wisdom in the teachings of Jesus. They knew that Jesus had performed mighty wonders and deeds. He healed people, he cast out demons, he raised the dead, he calmed the storm, all of which pointed to his divinity. But they could not accept it. They tripped over the scandal of his humanity, that they knew who he was, they had grown up with him, he was the son of Mary. They also tripped over the identity of him being a carpenter, a laborer. Jesus was not a scribe, Jesus was not a Levitical priest, Jesus was not a prophet for the first 30 years. He was just an ordinary carpenter, a daily laborer. And so they found it hard to reconcile that with Jesus, who was now speaking with such wisdom, teaching like a scribe, prophesying like a prophet, and performing mighty deeds of healing like a divine healer like Elijah or Elisha. It is interesting that they refer to Jesus as the son of Mary and not the son of Joseph. Now, it was customary during the time of Jesus that a man or a woman would be named through the father and not through the mother. That they mentioned that Jesus is the son of Mary could be because Joseph was already dead, or maybe they knew the story that Joseph was not the biological father of Jesus. Now, it has always been the teaching of the church that Mary remained a virgin. She did not have any other children. So, who were all these other brothers and sisters of Jesus? Were they the children of the same parents? Were they the children of Mary? Because if that is the case, then obviously the doctrine of the perpetual virginity of Jesus would be a false teaching. It says here that surely the son of Mary, the brother of James and Joseph and Jude and Simon, his sisters too, are they not here with us? The first thing to note is that they refer to Jesus as the son of Mary, not one of the sons of Mary or a son of Mary. Secondly, the word brother could indicate other degrees of relationships like cousins and nephews. For example, in the Greek version of the Old Testament, the Septuagint, in Genesis 13, 15 and 16, Abraham is called Lot's brother, but we know that Lot was actually his nephew. Similarly, you had Jacob and Laban, who were referred to as brothers. In India, it's very common that we refer to our cousins as a brother or a sister. And from other gospel passages like Matthew 27:56, Mark 15:47, and John 19:25, we know that the James and Josephs mentioned here were the sons of another Mary, Mary of Clophas. Now, Jesus responded to their being scandalized by saying, A prophet is only despised in his own country, among his own relations, and in his own house. Jesus here was using a common proverb to explain his own rejection, like the Old Testament prophets before him, like Ezekiel in our first reading of today. God had told Ezekiel to be his voice, to go and speak to the people of Israel who were in exile in Babylon. I heard the Lord speaking to me, he said, "Son of man, I am sending you to the Israelites, to the rebels who have turned against me. Till now, they and their ancestors have been in revolt against me. The sons are defiant and obstinate." God called the Israelites rebellious, defiant and obstinate. Rebellious because they were disloyal and they refused their allegiance to the Lord, an allegiance they had sworn by oath at Sinai in the ratification of the Sinai covenant. Defiant, which described the exterior manifestation of their stubbornness, and obstinate, which described the interior condition of their disobedience. If what God had told Ezekiel was not bad enough, next God tells him that whether he listened or not, he was still supposed to go and preach God's message to the people, so that the people would know that God cared enough for them that he would send them a prophet. The gospel passage ends with these very sad lines. "And he could work no miracle there, though he cured a few sick people by laying his hands on them. He was amazed at the lack of faith." There's no limit to God's power, but God respects our free will choice. And therefore, quite often, healing is a cooperative act involving the person who needs to be healed and divine intervention. The people in Jesus' hometown lacked faith because they thought they knew Jesus. They grew up with him. And this is a warning for us who have been born in Christian families, who have grown up as Christians. We know the stories in the Bible. We know our prayers. We know the responses at Mass. But do we really know Jesus? Do we truly believe in Jesus being present in the Eucharist? That Jesus is truly present, body, blood, soul, and divinity. Do we truly believe that? Today we celebrate Faith Formation Sunday, a day dedicated to those who teach the faith. It is also a special day for parents because you, dear parents, are the first formators of the faith, and your children will learn to love the faith by watching you. And so it's important that all of us continually learn and deepen our understanding of the faith so that we grow in a loving relationship with God and we can be the best possible role models for our children. By virtue of our baptism, each one of us share in the priestly role of Christ. As teachers of the faith, we may find those under our care also being rebellious, also being defiant, also being obstinate. But God still wants us to reach out to them because He loves them and He desires all to be saved and come to the knowledge of the truth. Remember that the Lord is with us and His grace is sufficient for us. Amen.